Hey!
And now, drum roll, please.
Haha! Hey, Subs Junior, how are you?
Good.
So, we took a nice break, international break and other things. So, are you ready for another really cool episode?
So today we're gonna cover. Obviously, we missed 2 or 3 weeks. What was it, Subscene?
Yeah, we missed match day 4, match day 5. We have Champions League. We have some injury related updates. We have what else do we have? Of course, we today we're going to start from today onwards. We're going to do game of the episode, and we're going to take 1 or 2 games, maybe one game, and dissect it very well. So, are we ready to get into the action?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Rajesh, aka Sub Senior.
Hi, I'm Sub Junior, aka Vyom. And together
we're the football subs. Let's introduce what's different in this year's Champions League. First, there are 36 teams compared to last year's 32. Second, there is one big pot, one big group compared to 8 groups of 4, which means that anybody could be top, anybody could be bottom depending upon results. And every team plays 7 or 9 different teams, so that they all play 10. No, every team plays. Sorry, my bad. 7 different teams, so they get 8 different teams. So they had 8 matches compared to 6 home and away from last year. What that means is there's a lot more competition, and of course the top seeded players will play other teams so that they have a better chance of qualification. And what then happens is the top 8 automatically go through to the quarterfinal. The teams 9 to 24 will then play a round of 16, a knockout, so that they go and play the quarterfinals. So that's the difference. And Champions League, UEFA did it because they wanted a lot more matches and of course more television revenue. But what do you think about it?
I think they should have done the normal way. So as I was saying, there's an advantage and a disadvantage.
Yeah.
So the advantage and the disadvantage.
Yeah.
So the first one is that there are more matches, more time, more team, and there were more teams this year.
Yeah.
And the disadvantage is that there's loads of, as you can see, loads of teams made new signings, Mbappe and Real Madrid and so much more. And also that it will be really hard to get through, because last year there were loads of groups that some were easy, but now it's just a whole big table.
That is true. So yeah, arguably. What do you think about player welfare? Everybody plays more matches, and because of that, they also are worried that there might be more injuries. In fact, people like Alisson and a few others, Rodri even, has spoken about what will happen about injuries as we play more and more and more matches, because the top teams will play up to 70 matches in a season. So the top players will play 70 matches, more injury chances. So that needs to be managed. So, but having said that, let's talk about the football itself. What happened this year was there were 3 days of matches, and the English teams played on each of the 3 days. Aston Villa and Liverpool, I think, played on the first day, where both of them won. Or Liverpool played on the second day. Both of them won, I think, 3-0. Aston Villa had a great start, didn't they? After so many years, back to a winning form. Liverpool, of course, played very well. Then we had our top two big teams, Man City, who were at home versus Inter, the final replay from 2 years back, and Arsenal playing away to last year's Europa League champions, Atalanta.
That was a good game, and yeah, both of them were good games, and so yeah.
Both of them were good games, but both of them were 0-0 draws. As in, it was a tough week for many of them, because if you think about it, Arsenal, and we'll come to the previous weekend's game and the next weekend's game. It was a 3 really difficult set of games for Arsenal, but all in all, it was a good one. So there were some good results. Real Madrid, of course, won with like William was saying, Mbappe scoring. Bayern Munich, oh man, what a result was that?
Yeah, and
what was the result?
9-2.
9-2.
Cut!
Okay,
again.
Bayern Munich, what
9-2.
result? 9-2, and do you know who scored the most?
Harry Kane.
Oh my God, he scored 4 goals. Of course, 3 of them were penalties, but then he's Arguably, right now, the world's best penalty taker. 9-2. My God. Of course, there was an upset.
But yeah, there were loads of offside goals scored as well.
But the biggest upset was Barcelona losing. Barcelona lost this time.
Lamine Yamal talent, he's
Of course, he scored, but
Monaco.
Yeah, because there was a red card incident, and somebody, I think it was Alcaraz, right, trying to protect his forward, and yeah, he lost it, and that's what happened. But look, it is still first of many, as expected. Well, obviously, Bayern Munich is right at the top with a 7-goal difference, 9-2. Well, that takes some beating. Barcelona is in the back third because of their loss, and some of the favorites like Man City and Arsenal, who you would expect to progress at least to the quarterfinal, potentially be in the top 8. They are somewhere in the mid-table, but of course they had tough games, and there are other games which will give them an opportunity to win. Yeah, all in all, interesting. Similarly, the Europa League also started, and yeah, not much to say, but teams played generally quite well. Man United drew, unfortunately, again, quite underwhelming. Tottenham won yesterday. Tottenham actually did well. 10-man Tottenham won.
Dominic Solanke scoring his first goal.
Oh, he's doing well. Oh, that was the Champions League. Let's talk about the Premier League itself. We had Matchday 4 and Matchday 5.
To cover?
Yeah. What do you think happened? There were a few interesting ones. Let's start with the upset of Matchday 4. Liverpool, Nottingham Forest.
I don't know. So it was a really good game.
And Nottingham Forest defeated Liverpool completely against all odds. Yeah. So they won 2-1, and Liverpool was an upset. It was an upset. Liverpool, in fact, for a new manager, Slot had won the first 3 games for the first time ever, right? Yeah, that happened. What else happened on Matchday 4? Man City, as expected, won. And our friend did not score a hat-trick this time. Haaland, he only scored 2 goals. Phew. Thank God for the rest of us, right? Anyway, he scored his 99th goal in that match for Manchester City. And so that happened. But I think the talk of the weekend for us at least was because in the last episode, remember, we spoke about the derbies and the North London derby. That happened. What happened then? Tell me, Sub Junior.
1-0 to the Arsenal.
1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Okay, you know, this was a tough game going away to Tottenham, the beginning of the season. As you know, Arsenal had come off a couple of really tough games. Aston Villa away, whom they beat. And Brighton, of course, where our friend Declan Rice was sent off for his first red card. So they were away without them, and we'd also lost Odegaard in the international break. So we were without arguably our 2 best players from last season, who made it to the team of the year. So we did start with Jorginho. We did start with a bunch of others, Partey and so on. Partey, of course. It was a tough game. Tottenham were giving it to us in the first few minutes, but we did hold our own. We played well, we marked well, we attacked well, and what won it for us? What won it for us? Our leadership in the whole set pieces. Set pieces.
And also that Raya obviously made the save of the season in that match.
Yeah, double save. The set piece happened. Oh my God, what happened in the set piece? Did somebody make a prediction?
Yeah, so Sub Senior will tell you what happened.
Well, somebody made a prediction. Who was it?
Now, Sub Senior.
Yes, Sub Senior made a prediction. Sub Senior said, you know what's going to happen? Saka's going to knock it in right into the box. Gabriel's going to go meet it with a towering header and score. And that's what happened. And then both of us started jumping with joy, and we said, I told you so, I told you so, at least 100 times. How cool was that, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And the rest of the match was fun. Of course, like Subs Junior said, Raya made a couple of fantastic saves. Had to happen.
And now
what else happened in the other? So the rest of the matches were generally okay. That was match day 3. Because Arsenal won, they were still on 10 points, along with I think was it Brighton and others. Yeah, many. No, Brighton was on 8, and Brighton is still unbeaten. Nottingham Forest was on 8, again unbeaten. Man City was on 12, so they were quite high. Chelsea's had a good run of results, actually. If you think about it, they've played very well. That was match day 4. Match day 5 was again very interesting. What are the things that happened in match day 5?
There was, of course, City playing Arsenal, and
we'll come to that. That, in fact, is our game of this episode. Few other teams were results were pretty much as expected. Liverpool won again. Chelsea won again, or did they draw? I can't remember. Chelsea's been doing well. I think they won again. Yes, they did. They had some good
yes.
good actions, and a few other teams did generally quite well. Tottenham is the one which has not been doing very well. They drew again. So Tottenham has had only 6 points in their 5 games, and that's probably one of the lowest, or 7 points in 5 games. But let's talk about the game of the episode, which was the title clash, as they say, early in the season. Arsenal had a very tough run of games, but what happened? Yeah, go on. Tell about the game to the team.
As Sub Senior said, the citizens were playing the Gunners
at home,
and there's Haaland's most unusual finish.
So tell us about that goal. Did that catch everyone by surprise?
Yeah, they did. I mean, Gabriel should do better.
Yeah, they should.
So Haaland so Savinho gets away from Calafiori, I think, and he just runs away and plays the through ball, and then Haaland just kicks it forward, because normally Haaland would get it to his other foot then shoot, but instead he just kicked it forward.
Correct. In fact, he changed his body such that he was going to tap it into the far corner, but Raya moved his body line expecting that, and Haaland literally before that he just hit it through and made it to the near corner. What a finish that was. And to be honest, that was in the 9th minute, and we were wondering because Man City was dominating. Wasn't it who tried on the free kick and hit the post?
Gundogan.
Yeah, Gundogan hit the post. But then a game-changing moment, maybe a season-changing moment happened.
Yes.
Rodri.
He got injured.
Yeah, he completely jarred, and you could see how his knee and everything shattered. And it was an injury that took him out of the game. And we'll talk about this a little later, because it is potentially season-changing. What happened after that?
And after that, then there were loads of things, but the one thing that happened, Ricardo Calafiori, his debut as in the starting 11, and he scored. Wow!
How did he do that? In fact, Arsenal reacted very well. Both the captains, and Saka was captaining the team, so both the captains were called by the referee after a foul. Arsenal was given a free kick, and Kyle Walker, as he was going back and he was just about in position, the referee had blown his whistle. Arsenal took a quick kick to Martinelli on the left flank, left wing.
He played the ball back, and then Calafiori, sweet left foot.
Yeah, and he curled it in. What a beautiful goal! And Calafiori knew that it was going in when it was halfway into the goal, just before into the goal, and he just ran and celebrated. And hey, we were on par. And then back to Nicholas Jover and his magic.
Yep.
Set pieces. Talk us through the 2 set pieces and the goal that happened.
So there were loads. So first corner. So Gabriel did have one other chance in the game.
So who was marking him in the first one?
So
Doku.
First it was, but Doku has to do better. I mean, I know you can't hold people and then they'll just run away and it will be given a penalty, but there's a risk of it. But I mean, Doku should at least run where he's going.
That's correct. So the thing is, and then the next one was Doku was replaced by Walker, arguably one of the fastest runners and one of the best defenders in the game. But what is he doing? He was playing touch tag with them,
Yeah.
with him. And what did Gabriel do? The ball came in, and Gabriel just ran inside and scored.
Yeah.
What a magical goal. And there were few things that were going on in that plot. First, you need a perfect launch, and Saka, our boy wonder, he launched it beautifully into the corner. Second thing that happened, all the defenders rushed from there and crowded around Ederson. They were not blocking him or touching him, but they held their ground. So Ederson, to be honest, Ederson did not also make a very aggressive effort to go back to the ball, because he could have jumped, he could have done a few things, but he lost his footing and fell. The third and most important thing, Gabriel. Yeah, you had Walker right next to him, but Gabriel was lightning quick, like Flash.
Yeah.
Savior of the universe, Flash Gordon. He literally went and met the ball, slotted it in, and suddenly it was 2-1 up. Oh, what a beautiful feeling that was too.
If Arsenal just held up to the last
Yeah.
second of the game,
We're waiting for that. Just but let's backtrack. But then because of Rodri injury and other things, there were 8 minutes of added time in the first half. And what could happen in the 8th minute? Leandro Trossard.
to say the stroke of half time.
Just say now. So 8 minutes after the half time, it was added after 45 minutes. So at the stroke of half time, what happened?
Trossard red card. So and the Carabao Cup on the weekend, he's free, but he's not gonna play. He'll play as a sub because of some discipline.
Yeah, but why did he get a red card, Sub Junior?
I just don't think it was unnecessary.
Yeah, but he went and kicked the ball again. He should have learned his lesson, right? After what happened to Rice. But he didn't learn his lesson. So that's what happened. But anyway, second half, Saka was substituted at halftime, and Arsenal played 5-4 and sometimes 6-3. 6 people on the defensive line and 3 people stifling every bit of the forward line. And it was stroke, kick after kick, attack after attack, attack after attack. So the game was just pretty much one-sided, with Arsenal only having 12.5% possession. Just one play they got into the Man City half and tried to get one shot on target, but hardly any. Man City had 28 shots, but obviously because of the protection, nothing really happened. And like you were saying, we had 8 minutes of added time. What happened in the last few minutes, Vyom?
John Stones. But Raya was on the ground, and as you all know, his reflexes are brilliant, but this time it was just too high, so it touched his leg a lot. Big deflection, but
yeah.
If he just scored a bit more of that, he would have saved it.
He would have saved it. But look, obviously Man City it was a great escape for them. Arsenal would be disappointed, but on the face of it, defending against 11 men at Man City with 10 men, brilliant job, and I think they would be happy to come back with a draw, with a point. It was possibly 2 points lost, but for Man City it was avoiding 2 points, right? So obviously Man City was upset, and they were saying dark arts and magic as if such a thing exists. They were just outshone on that particular match. But that brings the title race fairly wide open, because Arsenal has shown that anyone can go to Man City and defend against it. And Arsenal has shown the template of how to succeed or how to not to lose at Man City. The table is now fairly open. Man City is still unbeaten with 13 points. Arsenal is still unbeaten with 3 wins and 2 draws, so 11 points. There are a couple of teams in between, but there are 2 points that separate the top 4. But then, of course, what did we find out after that to Rodri? He has an ACL. So today, in fact, Friday, today we are recording this on Friday.
Next week.
Pep Guardiola confirmed in his press conference that he has had an ACL surgery, and he will be out for the rest of the season. It's very unfortunate, and something like this should not have happened to any player. As you know, Jurien Timber had the ACL injury after the first game of last season and was pretty much out till the last day. So it is a huge loss for Man City. But what that does mean is that it levels the playing field slightly with other teams potentially in the reckoning. So we'll see. Look, having said that, Man City is Man City. They're still the favorites. They still will find a way to win. Pep is God. So we'll see what happens in the rest of the season. Good luck to them. In fact, good luck to everybody.
That's it for today's episode. And if you liked it, you can like and subscribe. And we always like some feedback. So
Send us
in
the
the
feedback.
comments, you can do it.
Yeah.
And
Once again,
and once again, we are the
football subs.